The incredible Mrs. Litchenfall spent much of her time in the kitchen hall. She was mad about the butler, he was a Swede. Mrs. Litchenfall was wealthy, dusty and busty and squat, and beneath graying tresses her mental recesses held inhibitions and yens long years fraught. The butler was gorgeous. Blonde, 24, Mrs. Litchenfall kittenish, and a rounded fourscore. Her marital bed had been tiresome, they said, but she'd read. And now, though she should have been dead, she was butler conscious, but aware. For he was 6'3", and every inch he, and oh, how she loved to have him seat her. She would sigh with delight as he carved with all his might, and with a fine rump roast would greet her. More, she would cry, it's just too wonderful that I, of all women, should be thrown this pantry jewel. And the Swedish Adonis took her like a connoisseur. Mrs. Litchenfall, the fool. Now, with her breakfast tray, Mrs. Litchenfall would say, what lovely fruit, you handsome brute. And Leif would reply, in a manner sly, cherries for my lady, I hope they suit. Things progressed like a hearse from bad to worse. Her spoons were taken, her pearls in her purse. A series of strange, inexplicable losses, not the least of them being her collection of Georgian crosses. And amidst all of this so troublesome thieving, her ample and hopeful bosom kept heaving, for she visualized Leif as a little flower in a hot bed, rather quilty, and she didn't suspect him. She knew he was guilty, but what was the loss of silver and glass to a dowager who'd gone years without any pass being made at her? And then one night, Leif, she said, I think the time has come. Let us drink, just you and I, while there's something left to drink from. You've taken much. Now, dear, you'll give. Unless, of course, you're not eager to live. You're on a spot. I hope you know it. And if you've that big appreciation that I think you have, I'll be more than happy when you show it. In an hour, in my bower, take a shower, keep it clean. I've had quite enough of this trailer. If there is a feature, let it be seen. Leif was frantic. He, the major domo. He, the masterful, the beautiful. Only 3 knew he was homo. What, oh God, what did he to give her, that vulgarian of a dowager who now insisted that he deliver? 39 steps he counted as he mounted to her room. That frilly little chamber, oh, so soon to be his tomb. He opened the door and faltered, I can't, he said, I'm not. Mrs. Litchenfall looked at him, smiled at him, felt of him, shot. The case dismissed, His Honor cried. Now I want to tell you all. This woman paid the piper and was deserving of the ball. He took all she didn't offer and then refused to make amends. And so, Mrs. Litchenfall, if you will permit me, work done, fun begun, I will wrench myself from the bench, escort you home and see that yours is a happier, more satisfactory end.